Welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs Podcast. We're hosts Dan and Andy. Andy, how you do today?
I'm good. How about you?
It is season 3, episode 44, and today is September 19th, 2022. Today, a full sports. Hello.
Yep.
All right. Should I start off with the trivia
let's
question?
hit the trivia, then I'll hit some sports stuff.
So we're in the time of year where we overlap. We got some overlap on baseball and football overlap, and something happened the other day. Was it Sunday? No.
On Sunday, yes.
It was Saturday, I think. The New York baseball game. It only happens here in the fall, but when's the last time that happened? Your question. What year was the last time all 4 sports teams in New York won on the same day for football and baseball?
Yeah. That's could be. All right.
That's the question. That's the trivia. We'll come back to it at the end of the show for those of you interested. But very rare thing.
Let's start off a little different today. Well,
what
I'm going to go a little different order here first. I want to start off with got high school, we got college, we got pros, got some other stuff. Here's our favorite teams we like to follow in the high schools, if you will. And the sad thing is we're recording this on a Monday, but the new rankings come out on Tuesdays. So we'll have to look for that on Facebook. I can't really give you the rankings right now.
Okay.
Here's our, I hate to say our favorites, but our adopted teams we kind of follow here. High school scores, this is from over the weekend. Watertown Mayor 28-7 over Albany. Prior Lake 24-9 over Edina. Leicester Prairie 31-4 or 31 over Medfield. Maple Grove 41-27 over Minnetonka. Yes, Minnetonka lost. I still reported it. New York Mills 19-14 over Wadena. Orono lost 31-14 to Waconia. Goodrich 29-12 over Winnie-Mac. Belle Plaine 20. Northern America 52. And St. Clair Mankato 28-7 over Mayor Lutheran. So Mayor Lutheran taking a loss there. College, we'll start with the NCAA poll, the polls for the big schools. It's got Georgia 1, Bama 2, Ohio State 3, Michigan 4, Clemson 5. Other Big Ten and soon-to-be Big Ten schools in there is USC at 7 and Penn State at 14. Excuse me. The Gophers, like I said, had a 29-7 win over Colorado. They play next at Michigan State, who lost to Washington 28.
Ranked.
They are not. They lost to Washington 28-39 over the weekend. And Washington actually went to number 18. Yep. And Washington went up to number 18 in the poll. So,
wow.
And look at the Gophers right now in the Big Ten West. They technically put Northwestern first, even though they're 1-2 overall. Northwestern's 1-0 in the conference. So they list them ahead of that. But
I see.
Get real. Gophers are 3-0. Iowa and Wisconsin both 2-1. And looking at the Gopher schedule, this could be the year.
It's favorable. It's very favorable.
We got Iowa at home, Wisconsin at the road to end it. So those two could be big. Could be big. Other college football notes. Saturday night, if you got your nap in Saturday and you stay up late, the Bison were in Arizona, and Arizona did win that game 31-28. Fourth quarter touchdown for Arizona to put them ahead, and that's how they won that game. The Bison,
close though, very good ball game.
Yep. Bison hold on to their number 1 ranking still in Division II. They got 21 of the 26 first place votes. The other 5 all went to Montana. The Bison next play Saturday at South Dakota, who's 1-2 on the year, but Okay, yeah, they won this last week against Cal Poly, 38-21. But their two losses this year are at Kansas State, which is a D1 school, and then they lost to number 2 Montana. So their record says 1-2, but you've lost to the second-ranked team and a Division I team. So
it doesn't look good on paper, but those guys are tough.
yeah, it's the rivalry's there. The Beavs got off the schneid and won their homecoming game, so they took the jump in the lake. Big homecoming tradition there. If they win, they all go in the lake, and I think they felt good about it because they really wanted that monkey off their back. Because I'll say it as politically correct as I can. A lot of the players who aren't used to the cold weather because of where they're from, they even went deep into the lake, so they all felt good about it. Usually when they've won the first group, these guys from the southern schools or the West Coast schools kind of go like ankle deep. Yay, you're in the water. Nope, everybody went in, so they all felt good about it this year. The Beavs, they won 34-24 over Winona for their homecoming. The next game they play Upper Iowa, who's 0-3. So they should be 2-2 after this, in my opinion. In the North right now, the way the standings go, you got Duluth and Northern State both at 2-1. Then the Beavs and Moorhead at 1-2. Then the rest of that conference are 0-3. So this is a chance for them to turn it around, like I did on the show Wednesday on Instagram. Thank you for those of you who saw. You would know that. So Beavs are getting their stuff turned around, getting ready to go. I'm going to do one Wednesday this week or midweek this week. I'm going to touch on NASCAR a lot. A lot of stuff happened over the week here with the championship, guys coming out, the advancements and stuff. You also have the posts on Facebook, but just wait till midweek. Instagram will have a NASCAR show. So that'll be the midweek one this week.
Okay.
The reason is because right now I'm filling up some time with the Wnba. They had their finals and their championship. The Las Vegas Aces are your new champions. They just moved to Vegas in 2018, just like the hockey team did. So and this is where I get mad at the media because of their whole clickbait stuff. Oh, great for the Las Vegas Aces. First team ever to bring that town to pro championship. They just got pro teams in the last 5 years out there. So it's not like it's been like decades of a drought, So
yes.
But the Las Vegas Aces are your champions. In 2018, the Knights, the hockey team didn't make the finals their first year, but they did not win. So just a little few notes on the WNBA. Becky Hammond. I've been following her since she was in college at University of South Dakota. Followed her in the college pros, Olympics. Love Becky Hammond. It was her first year there because she was an assistant, if you recall, for the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA. So she finally gets her job there, Las Vegas. NBA champs, conference champs, number 1 seed, coached the All-Star team. See, thinking, why did Becky Hammond get the job there? How bad were they? Well, the coach she replaced had been there for 4 years, a guy named Bill Lambier. Yes, that Bill Lambier. Okay. Big, tall guy, played for the Pistons. Yeah, that guy. He had a 77-45 record there with him, so he was doing good. But 0-1 in the finals and only 1-2 in the conference finals. So Bill wasn't getting it done in the big games. So out he went.
Okay.
So the Aces have always been a good team. Like they were like dirt, and Becky Hammond brought this she's a miracle worker. Look what she did. No, they've been playoff teams, contenders all along. She just had to be a coaching thing, and we've talked about that before.
Over the hump. Got them over the hump.
Some teams, do you get rid of the players or the coach? What do you do? Well, they got rid of the coach, and ta-da. So congratulations to Becky Hammond and the Las Vegas Aces. So there's that. Now to the New York Mets in Major League Baseball. Just a few things. I want to go over all the baseball divisions here real quick and kind of give you – this is why we like doing the show, because we don't give you just the headlines that you're going to hear from everybody else. So you listen to everybody else. This is what you're going to think the rest of the baseball divisions are right now. The American League East, it's the Yankees and Aaron Judge, and that's all you hear about in the American League East. Toronto's having a great year. Tampa's having a good year, but you don't hear about that. And the Central, you got
and Toronto switched coaches.
Yeah,
Toronto
coaches
had new manager midway through the year. And the Orioles are playing tough.
Yep. And Seattle. But we'll get to that later. In the Central, you got Cleveland and the White Sox, and the Twins dropping out. Oh, my word. How that's the story there. The National League East, you got the Mets and Braves back and forth battling. National League Central, all you hear about is St. Louis and Albert Pujols. 2 homers away. You don't hear about the other teams, it's all Albert. National League West, it's the Dodgers and their dominance. The one thing you don't hear about is the American League West. Houston Astros quietly have the best record in the American League. Second best record overall. They're just kind of quietly, everybody else do your thing. The Astros is like going, yep, Aaron Judge. Let's talk about Aaron Judge. Let's talk about Albert Pujols. Talk about the Mets and Braves. Talk about the Dodgers, how powerful they are. Yeah, and the Central in the American League, who's going to win that one? Oh, Astros just kind of quietly go. Oh, yeah, and Seattle making a great big run here. Yeah, well, Houston's just quietly got the best record in the American League. That could be bad.
You don't hear anything.
Dusty's loving that down there in Houston. You just quietly talk about everybody else. Don't mind us, But with the Mets right now, 93-55, 2-game lead over Atlanta at 91-55. As of this morning, the magic number was 15 for the Mets to win. 15. Okay. Now, here's the schedule for the rest of the year for the 2 teams coming up. Again, Braves need to make up 2 games on here because they got 2 less games played. That's when they would make up. Start the day. The Braves have the Nationals for 3 at home. Then they got 4 at Philadelphia, 3 at Miami. Then they got the Braves are at home for 3 with the Mets. And then they go to Miami on the road to finish the season for 3. So the Mets are at Milwaukee for 3. Then they go to Oakland for 3.
Okay.
Now, that scares me because the Mets going into this week had Pittsburgh and the Cubs and came out 4-3 this week. They got swept by the Cubs and turned around and swept the Pirates. I said they should go 5-2. They went 4-3. Milwaukee and Oakland, 6 games there. You better win 4 of those, if not 5. Because you come back to
Oakland, they're good. They're good at playing the spoiler.
Right. And I'm not crying about the schedule. It is what it is. But you're at Milwaukee, at Oakland, then you go home. But now they got a day off for travel, but still, the whole coast-to-coast travel. And if you're reading the paper thinking you're great, that could be trouble because you have time to think. You don't have time. You just don't play. So, again, they got 3 at Milwaukee, 3 in Oakland. They got an off day to travel to Oakland, play 3, then an off day to come back home. Come home for 2 against Miami only, a quick 2-game set with Miami. Then again, they go to Atlanta for that 3-game series at the end of the month. And they end up at home against the Nationals for 3. Again, Nationals could play spoiler. It's the whole division rivalry thing. That's what you do. So you look at wins and loss records. Yeah, the Mets got the better schedule. But that's why you play the games.
Yes.
I'd like to see him go get 5 wins on this road trip between Milwaukee and Oakland. Then the 2 home against Miami, I'd hope they could take both of them. Because when there's 6 games left in the season and you got 3 against Atlanta, I would be very relaxed and calm if they had a 4-game lead going into that Atlanta series. Anything under a 4-game lead?
No, for Twins fans.
Anything under a 4-game lead, I'm gonna have to ask for prayers for everybody for my health. I'm gonna have to be kept away from
for Twins fans out there. The Braves do have Robbie Grossman and Eddie Rosario, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But still,
not that that's going to have an impact, but if the American League fans here in the Twin Cities have nothing to cheer for anymore, you can turn on a Braves and you can see someone in the pennant hunt.
But Rosario's not had a very good year at all.
No.
He shined last year in the playoffs, and he hasn't. And this year he's shown up why we got rid of him. So, yeah, that's kind of my fear right there. Is if going into that Atlanta series at the end of the month, if they don't have at least a 4-game lead, I'm going to be very nervous.
Now the Twins are all but done against Cleveland.
Yeah, it's a formality.
They lost again today. Now they're done. Now the Twins fans, the only thing we got to fight for now is we'll be in a fight for our life against the White Sox just to finish in second place, and that may not happen.
They'll take third.
Wow.
Okay.
That is.
Do you get rid of Rocco then? Again, is it the coach or the players? What's the problem here?
It's an interesting thing. You know, Rocco had the team in first place for 90% of the season.
Yep.
I don't know. It's you've had some injuries, but you can't blame that. But one bright spot, Mr. Matt Wallner was called up.
Yes.
Played a little right field for the Twins. He's a Forest Lake native from high school. Drafted by the Twins, came up over the last only 2 or 3 years, I believe. Called up and hit a home run, his first major league at bat, or his first hit in the majors was a home run. Real deal. I don't see him playing any more minor league baseball for that guy. He will come up, I think, next year with the Twins and break camp, which leaves our outfield situation with Mr. Max Kepler in question. But it's a tough. It's
well,
tough being a Twins fan last couple of days.
Let's go back and look at the calendar. Not toot my own horn, but the Twins downhill slide. Now, granted, he was only here for like 3 games. And they called up Miguel Sano. He sent down a guy who was doing well, but we got to call up Miguel Sano. And it all started going down.
Oh, you're right 100% because we had the momentum. He came up and all of it went. It did not fare well.
We had to upset the apple cart, make room for Miguel Sano. That was the problem.
If anyone has the stats on that, when did he come up that last time and re-aggravated, got injured?
I'll get one of the interns on that.
Listeners will know, maybe the interns, but you're right. That's when the swing took place, and Cleveland has been playing good the whole time, and even the White Sox.
Yep.
The Twins had trouble with injuries, and it seems like they got jinxed when they brought up Sano that last time because they even played 500 ball in the second half of the season.
I'm not saying Miguel Sano's bad karma or anything else. I'm just saying it's kind of coincidental. That's about the time it happened.
It was. Now, do you have any more on baseball?
I have been putting some links up on our Facebook page. Some of the European teams for the World Baseball Classic having their elimination.
Oh, yes, I have seen that.
So it's good baseball to still watch. I'd say it's probably like watching Wnba ball. But if you watch the show here, I'm happy watching the neighborhood kids play in the backyard. So baseball's baseball. If you want to watch those, go back and look at them.
Now, next week's show, Andy, I'm going to put together a little summary here for minor leagues. We haven't been following the standings for the Twins minor league and the affiliates. The farm systems are close to wrapping up as well. The Twins Wichita team is doing real well.
Mm-hmm.
St. Paul Saints not too well. The other affiliates not too well. But I'll put together a little overview because the season ends there and the playoffs will be thick, and the playoffs coming up shortly for the minor league farm systems for baseball. And that's also fun to watch, fun to take place.
Yep. And the World Baseball Classic is going to be on Major League Baseball Network, MLB Network. And for those of you who you may not need it per se, those watching or listening, but if you have a friend, the division playoffs on MLB Network, they will carry it in Spanish.
Okay.
For those who need that. So don't think, I'll just watch it on MLB tonight. I'm not going to watch it on Fox. Unless you know Spanish, you're not going to be any luck. So unless Joe Buck bothers you that much on Fox, you want to watch the Spanish broadcast, then go ahead. But
oh yes,
which I might do. You never know.
The Vikes are playing. Gophers look real good. That Michigan State game should be interesting. It's in East Lansing, Michigan, a real first test. And that was, originally looking at the calendar, at the schedule, this was the game to win. But we may have caught Michigan State on a little bit of a downslide. If we could pull off a win there on the road, could be huge. But that's still tough to do. Yeah. The rest of the schedule, though, like you said, Andy, is low average.
Yep.
This is the year.
And I'm trying not to be a homer when I say this. If they beat Michigan State, they best be undefeated when they play Iowa.
Well, that's the next thing. Now, if you beat Michigan State, you've got to really batten down the hatches because you can't really afford a slip up along the way.
You just got to look at
when do they play Iowa? At the end of the year?
Iowa and Wisconsin are the last 2 games. And if you beat Michigan State, you just got to look at the next opponent.
Last 2 games.
Yeah. You just got to pretend that next opponent's Alabama and Georgia all the time. Don't relax.
Yeah, I got to keep the throttle down now. And other baseball news here. We're in the fall season here in the Twin Cities. The annual Hickory Tournament wrapped up last night, Andy. It's an over 35 baseball tournament in the Twin Cities. They have, I think, 16 teams get invited, go to this. They play in this tournament. It's over 35, 2 weekends long. It's not part of the Federal League, but it takes place up in St. Michael, Albertville. Congratulations tonight to the Rockford Rail Splitters. Won the big game last night. And this tournament, who over 35, also picks up a lot of guys from the amateur baseball ranks that wrapped up a couple weekends ago down in Dundas and Measville. And some big names, big players are in this tournament. It makes it good. You got to be over 35, but this is some real good baseball. Rockville won 3-2 last night in that game. The over 50 baseball league in the state of Minnesota regular season wrapped up last night. Brackets will be announced tomorrow. I might do a special show on that, along with the maybe even the minor league standings in the playoffs. But the over 50 cranks up this weekend. Half the playoffs will be Saturday this weekend in over 50. Half will be on Sunday. It's a 1 weekend event. Season over. It's pretty quick. You play 2 games in 1 day. There's 6 innings each, and the whole thing wraps up. It's a pretty fun time of the year. Fall baseball league is about halfway through the season. We got lots to cover. High school football, volleyball, and soccer are all in full swing. Not to mention the Vikes are getting some big press, with Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, and we'll see how they do here in the next couple of weeks. But they've got a London game coming up in a couple of weeks that'll take place 8 a.m. here Central Time on a Sunday, October 2nd.
Yes. Invite only party here at Shadow Studios for that.
Yes, there will be events going on there. We'll talk more about that. I know the Watertown Red Devils golf fundraising events coming up. I think the 8th of October.
8th of October,
that's their annual fundraiser. A lot of these baseball teams are doing their fundraisers now. The rest seem to do them in the spring or even in the wintertime, whether it's a pork chop dinner, a raffle, giveaway, golf tournament, whatever they do. But teams are already starting the fall. The amateur baseball teams whose fields are shut down are putting a lot of time and work and energy into doing a lot of remodeling, fixing up, working on the field, working on the grandstand, putting in dugouts, whatnot. A lot of teams are very active in that. The Jordan Brewers, follow their page with the work being done there at the Mini-Met. Lots of updates there and good photos as well as far as the progress going on. They are the host coming up in, I think, a couple of years for the state tournament also. So these teams that are hosting are working heavily on their checklist of things that need to be done going forward. Anything else, Andy, for sports?
A couple of notes. First of all, this Friday, the Chaska Cubs have their golf tournament also. And also it was announced yesterday at Chaska Cubs Facebook page, the loss of John Lenzen passed away, who sponsored and supported the Chaska Cubs at.
I saw that. Longtime Lenzen Chevrolet, big supporter and donor to the program there in Chaska Cubs as far as money coming in.
Yeah.
He battled, I think, several months with his medical issues.
Yeah.
And finally, died yesterday. But that'll be they'll do something, I'm sure, next year for the Chaska Cubs honoring him. Something on the sleeve, something on the uniform. Long time, many decades. He was really helped with the Cubs.
So thoughts and prayers to the Lenzen family on that. Again, the Red Devils golf tournament coming up on the 8th. I will be there. Not golfing, just we'll be working a hole. So come out and say hi.
Working one of the holes.
Bring a Sharpie.
Which hole will you be at? Do you know?
I am talking to Jordan tomorrow, so I do not know yet. But I will put it out there that morning if you're coming out. Stop by and say hi. Pictures are
Sign an
free.
autograph. Bring a Sharpie.
Pictures are free. Autographs are free as long as you have your own Sharpie.
Awesome. I think that's all we've got for this week. Lots. So next week will be busy in sports once again with all this wrapped up. Look forward to an upcoming music episode here as well. I know you'll be doing a review, or maybe you did already, Andy, on the concert you went to.
I'm gonna be doing a blog on it. I'm writing on that. So for the Bellamy Brothers concert, me and my lovely bride went over the weekend. I'm working on the blog on that. Again, Minnetonka High School, the spelling's not the greatest, so I'm still getting that figured out. So
Have the interns could be working on that.
yeah, I got some 6-year-old helping with that. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Have a good week. See ya.
Bye.